Good Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day and seasonal forecasting excellence since 1982. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the daily video forecast discussion for this day of the month of September, and it's a hot one again, 2015. It's partly cloudy to clear across most regions this morning, but there is still a considerable amount of fog, reducing visibilities less than a quarter of a mile in spots on eastern Long Island, around Islip and Shirley and West Hampton. Also, fog in the interior lower Hudson Valley region, and there's quite a bit of fog over the interior of New Jersey, Caldwell, Morristown, Sussex County. Visibilities at Trenton, Millville, Atlantic City, Wrightstown, and Belmar, all recording visibilities this morning less than a quarter of a mile, but that's going to be improving as we get into the later morning and all the fog will begin to burn off. The winds are generally calm across the region this morning, and the pressures are continuing on the high side as high pressure is in control, and a frontal boundary is just draped in this position here, and that will be continuing to dissipate and wash out during today, meaning it's going to be a warm day. Temperatures already starting out this morning at 7 a.m. in the upper 60s across Long Island, and the low to mid 70s already in Central Park and also in Kennedy and Newark at 72 this morning, and it's going to be another hot day today again. Morning pass, the visible satellite imagery this morning shows the low cloud decks now across the region. Some areas partly cloudy, other areas still have the fog as the satellite is passing from east to west across the region this morning. The water vapor channel shows sinking air here towards the northern New Jersey area, the lower Hudson Valley, interior Connecticut, and Long Island. This disturbance here across the Ohio Valley will begin to wash out and push the front back to the north. So it's just a tropical air mass in place, and we have no precipitation on the horizon for today, and this is all ground clutter here. Surf zone forecast for the New York beaches and Long Island for today. Rip current risk is low. A lightning threat is none. Surf height around 2 feet. Ultraviolet index is high. Water temperatures around 79. Weather sunny. High temperatures around 85. South winds at 5 to 10. The next high tide at East Rockaway Inlet today will be at 11:20 this morning. For the New Jersey and Delaware beaches for today, we're expecting mostly sunny skies, patchy fog this morning. High temperatures will be in the lower 80s. Southeast winds at 5 to 10. Seas around 2 feet. Water temperature 75. UVI index is high. Low threat of rip current today. No threat of lightning. Tide information, high tide at Belmar will be at 10:46 this morning. On the aviational weather deck today, we do have some fog, which is interfering with some of the terminal sites this morning. It should burn off after 15Z. VFR conditions expected through the rest of the day. Fog could redevelop again tonight after midnight, especially for the coastal regions. Light and variable winds continue through this morning before turning to the west during this afternoon at about 10 knots. And it looks like that a well-defined sea breeze could develop by midday again. It was a beautiful sea breeze that we saw on Doppler yesterday afternoon across New Jersey all the way into Philadelphia. This have included a shift to southeasterly winds not only at the coastal areas but also in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, and Trenton. We'll be watching that today, which saw the sea breeze yesterday. The sea breeze should dissipate near or shortly after sunset, leading to mostly light and variable winds. For Thursday and Friday, VFR conditions overall, a local fog and stratus possible to start each morning. A few showers and thunderstorms are possible, especially later Thursday into Friday as a cold front makes its way through the region. The wind shift to northeasterly behind the front and may turn a bit gusty on Friday, especially closer to the coast. Then for the holiday weekend, gorgeous. Saturday and Sunday mostly VFR as high pressure builds in from New England. East to northeast winds should gust up to 20 knots on Saturday and then diminish at night and turn southeasterly during Sunday. It's quite foggy out there in spots this morning, and right now outside of Newark. Okay, pull this up here. Newark International 72, dew point 68, humidity 87%, overcast, visibility 7 miles, few clouds at 12,000, scattered at 26,000. VFR conditions in place once the fog burns off. Right now, MVFR conditions at Philadelphia International 74, dew point 69, humidity 85%. The wind is variable at 5. There's some fog, visibility is 3 miles. That's all going to scatter out with scattered to few clouds across the region this afternoon. Gorgeous conditions and VFR flight in place. Ultraviolet radiational index for the next couple of days will be on the high side. There's really no change in the pollen concentrations of ragweed, chenopod's, or nettle either. It's going to continue on the high side right through the weekend. Forecasted charts from the Weather Prediction Center. The front seems to have washed out here on the latest surface analysis from them. High pressure is in control across the entire region. And basically that's going to be the case for the next couple of days. We had more rain that moved towards South Carolina yesterday from the tropical disturbance, what was ever left over of Erica, I think it was. and produced a considerable amount of rain. Even is still showing up in some of the charts for the afternoon hours as well, and it's showing up on Doppler radar too. So this has been some of the wettest weather that this area has seen for a period of time now, and it looks like that's going to stay in place but away from our region as this begins to wash out. High pressure still in control of our weather right into this afternoon, Wednesday and Thursday, and basically by the time we get to Friday, a front will be passing through the region, and it means that high pressure will begin to build in across the region once again. There could be some showers or even a low top thunderstorm around the region. Basically not looking for a washout of any weather here on Thursday or Friday as a result of the front dissipating and moving across the region. Then more high pressure begins to build in across the forecast region for the holiday weekend. The wind flow will be out of the east or northeasterly direction. Dew points and temperatures will be near seasonable, upper 70s to lower 80s, returning back to more moderate temperatures back in the upper 80s and possibly into the 90s again as we head and warm up with this high pressure ridge over the top of us on Monday. So it's going to be a fantastic weekend. In fact, the weekend is going to continue to be on the nice side if you're planning on taking the first or second week of the month of September off too. Looks like tropical activity here, or subtropical activity, or just the wave of low pressure along the old front stalled out across the southeastern states remaining to our south. High pressure over the top of us, and a weak cold front approaches the region by next Thursday. Outside of that, really sublime weather, benign weather actually too. The next 6 to 10 days, basically above normal in temperature and below normal in precipitation, much below normal across southern New England and most of New Jersey as well. Then the next 8 to 14 days really just features that continuation of near to above normal temperatures as the trough begins to develop itself in the central plains. The heat ridge on either side here with our Aleutian low developing south of the Aleutian Islands pumps up the ridge here in western United States, trough in the center of the country, ridge still holding on in the eastern United States. And just about near normal precipitation across the forecast region as well, and that brings us to about the middle of the month of September. And the latest this morning on Tropical Storm Fred, it continues to weaken over the eastern tropical Atlantic. It's located at 19.5 north, 30.1 west, about 470 miles west-northwest of the Cape Verde Islands, maximum winds at 45 miles an hour. The present movement is to the west-northwest at about 10 miles per hour. Central pressure 29.68 inches. And right now, maximum sustained winds are near 45 miles an hour. Additional weakening forecasted during the next 48 hours, and Fred is expected to weaken to a tropical depression by this afternoon and tonight and degenerate into a remnant low during the day on Thursday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward out to about 80 miles from the center, and once again, Fred is moving in this direction and expected to dissipate during the next 24 hours. GFS forecasted charts. High pressure continues in control of our weather, and well, we're having a problem here. And the high pressure will continue to be in control of our weather right into Thursday and possibly into Friday too. Basically looking at another weak frontal system approaching the region, but it's a drier air mass that will be in place, so we're expecting some light rain showers across the region on Thursday evening and into Friday morning before the front moves through. And then dry, high pressure across southern Canada and southern New England is going to back around the winds into the northeast. Air is going to dry out and the dew points are going to lower, and it's going to be a pleasurable, absolutely pleasurable forecast going into Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. This is Labor Day weekend. High pressure's in control. Temperatures in the lower 80s, upper 70s in the mountains. Temperatures, dew points are going to be in the upper 50s and lower 60s. A very comfortable air mass in place for everything outdoor spectacular weather for this Labor Day weekend. That's going to continue into Sunday and Monday. So the forecast for the entire weekend is looking quite grand. And the next chance of a cold front moving through the region, back to our cold front, will probably slice through the region later Tuesday or early Wednesday. And that could bring a chance of a spotty outlier shower, and then we'll have to wait for the end of the week before we can see any chance of a shower or thunderstorm again. But it looks like a more high pressure in this flow pattern will begin to develop a northeasterly wind again onshore by Thursday of next week, and that will mean that temperatures that start to rise back into the upper 80s at the early part of the week will probably be tempered back down again into the upper 70s and lower 80s as we head back into the mid to the late part of next week. So this is gorgeous weather really coming up, and really an appreciable cold front won't come until late next weekend, which will be the second week, full week of September here, September 13th. And that cold front will move through the region probably with four showers and thunderstorms before another area of beautiful high pressure builds in again and near seasonable temperatures too for the middle part of September. So really nothing out of the ordinary, and this heat wave is going to go bye-bye. And speaking about going bye-bye, I'm out of here for today and every day. It's live on GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Have a fantastic Wednesday, everyone. We'll be back on Thursday.